What is up, team? What is up, gang? We are back. I have to apologise. I've been a little bit absent on YouTube, and yeah, it's been like way too long since my last video, and that is not, as I turn the background the right way, is not acceptable. I apologise. But if you saw my last upload, I titled it "Turbulent Times," and that, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on which way you look at it, is still pretty true to this day. I'm definitely going through a big transitional period right now, and I've got a lot more uncomfortable with uncertainty and like not knowing where the future is headed. And I think the reality is, evidently, I've never known where the future's been headed, and that has just kind of hit me in the face recently. So ultimately, I'm all good, and I apologise that I've not been very present on here, and I am definitely going to make much more of an effort to be present on here and posting videos more frequently. I've still got a big long list of videos I want to make, and I'm going to be making those, so please stay tuned and be patient with me if you believe I've got some things that you want to hear me say. So I'm going to be making more videos about like career stuff and job focused stuff, telling stories of my past, what I've been doing, what I like doing, stuff like that. But for now, I just wanted to do a little catch up and kind of spread some awareness. I think that phrase gets used too often, but spread some awareness about traps you can fall into that no one really talks about, all right? And ultimately, it all comes down to learning about yourself. So one thing I've learned about myself recently is that I struggle to be the best version of myself and to get things done when I don't have a routine, and my routine is all over the shop. And it's like I've been struggling with consistency, yes, on YouTube, but also just anywhere in life. And that's something I want to really dial in a little bit more. I've actually got a super stacked day ahead of me today. I look down at my laptop over there because I've got some editing work to do. I'll let you guys into a couple secrets. If you follow Amber Gill's channel, I've been editing for her for a long time, and we've really been on it with her videos recently, and they're good. There's some good vlogs going out, and we've actually got, probably leaking information here, but we've actually got a Q&A going up later this week. So stay tuned for that. I've also got an edit for Big John. I don't know if any of you know Big John on YouTube. Bosch TV, I think the channel is. That'll be going up at some point soon. And yeah, I've got plenty of work to do. I've got some admin stuff. It's the end of the tax year, not that long ago, so I've got to sort that stuff out. A whole load of boring rubbish. But the reason I have not been uploading videos is ultimately just because I've struggled to get stuff done. I think I realised, it's getting a bit personal, but that's okay. I don't mind keeping it here. But I realised a couple of weeks ago, maybe less than that, I realised about a week ago that I was really struggling with burnout. And it's something it's been on my radar for a long time. And I've had jobs in the past where I've worked stupidly hard for a consistent amount of time, like a prolonged amount of time. And ultimately, if you're not doing stuff that fills your cup, that can really cause burnout. And I think ultimately I just had burnout within me. And the worst thing you can do when you burn out is work through it. And that's exactly what I did. And I got to a point where, like, I had a chat with people last week, and just to kind of voice my concerns and like get stuff off my chest, really. Not that anybody particularly could help me, but I found myself in the headspace of like, you know, my dream job, dream opportunity could come right across my desk right now, and I don't think I'd even want it. And I thought I wouldn't say I was like feeling depressed or anything like that, but I was like, once I said that out loud, I was like, that's not a very nice place to be mentally. So I was like, I need to do what I need to do to fix that. And ultimately, I, did a bit of research into burnout, and the best thing you can do to avoid or to overcome burnout is to stop doing the things that are making you burn out and start doing things that fill your cup a little bit and things that you enjoy. And ultimately, for me, the thing that was causing burnout was work. So I stopped doing some work, which is handy at a time when I, recently lost my job anyway. Although I've still had freelance bits coming in, as I said. I've got some stuff to do today / this week. And I'm basically just doing more of the things that I enjoy doing, and less of the things that I don't enjoy doing. Now, I know that's not obviously sustainable. Ultimately, all my hopes and dreams in life involve having quite a lot of money. So I'm going to need to have that money coming in sooner, one way or another. But that is okay. Like for now, I'm just in a moment where I'm just chilling, a little bit burnt out, trying to get less burnt out. Thankfully, speaking of burnt out, I've had to close the curtains today because the sun is mental. Like the sun we've had in the UK this week has been, like the past like 3 weeks actually, has been nothing short of miraculous for the UK. And speaking of which, I had an amazing day, which is kind of linked to another video I want to make, but I want to tell you guys about it anyway. So Saturday this week, just gone, I went with my partner to London Card Show, which is like a big trading card convention. And thanks to one of the communities I'm in, there was a big like social event afterwards at a pub. And I met some sick people, but also the people that I met were people I'd been familiar with from communities, discords and stuff online from the Pokemon trading card community, which was sick. So shout out to all of them, shout out to everyone I met. If any of you happen to be watching my video, please drop a comment to let me know, because it will make my day to hear that you found your way into my YouTube channel. So that's sick. Yeah, and that was something that caught me by surprise, in that I really didn't realize how much that would fill my cup, and because it really did, right? And especially because the reason it caught me off guard was because I'm not somebody that massively prides himself on going out drinking. Drinking's never been part of my personality. There's probably times in the past where it's bordered on it, but when I was maybe like 18, 19. But yeah, nowadays I just think of myself as too kind of productive and high functioning to be a big drinker, and that obviously means that I miss out on a lot of social events that stereotypically people that like drinking would attend. However, that said, I had a great day at the card show. I actually picked up some decently sizable purchases, which I'll go into in another video. I'm going to do like a little Pokemon collection update tour thing. And yeah, had a sick time at the pub, had a sick time meeting people, chatting to people. And I'm not the most socially outgoing person, but I just feel like I was around the right people. And that helped me a lot. So yeah, I'm quite proud of myself that I went to that. Not that it was a difficult decision for me. I was actually really excited about it for weeks, but just proud of myself for like doing something that fills my cup, because evidently over the years I've not been doing enough of that. And there's other ways I've been looking out for myself and filling my cup recently, and that's involved like going to the gym, going running when it's not too hot outside, because yeah, sod going running today. I'm not trying to do that. However, I am playing football this evening, which is another thing that fills my cup a lot. I could honestly probably play football every day, every week, which would probably eventually put me in a wheelchair, as I'm quite injury prone. But it's all about doing what makes you happy, and ultimately remembering that, if you find yourself in a situation where you're too engulfed by all your work and your commitments and your endeavors and your, responsibilities, that life isn't serious. There's no evidence that life is serious. So it's really, really important to do what you enjoy and not too much of what you don't enjoy. And that's something that I've obviously had the balance for that massively, massively off and massively wrong. And the way I'm kind of living now is in a way that like the balance is still wrong, but it's wrong the other way. So I think eventually I'm gonna get back to a balanced life, with a bit of routine, hopefully, and a bit of consistency. It's not so much about the routine; it's just about doing things that I like consistently and doing things that benefit me consistently. Because taking a lot of time off work isn't really sustainable for everybody. But I'm here, and this is where I am today, anyway. So I've lost my train of thought. Help. That was all I really wanted to say today, but the last thing is that, once you've got your balance back, something that I've really figured out recently is that it's so important to position yourselves to win. And what I mean by that is not gambling all your money away, because that is a way to position yourself to win. However, that's problematic within its own reasons, right? But position yourself to win in ways that will benefit you and ultimately invest in yourself. So, work on yourself, work on your professional self as well as your personal self. And, maybe you might meet that right person, or you might get that job, or you might win that money, your investments might pay off, stuff like this. There's many other ways to position yourself to win, but ultimately figure out what you can do to position yourself to win, and then just do it, bite the bullet. It's not as easy as it sounds, but it's something I want to like promote on this channel, because I want a community filled with winners in my comments. So if you have watched this video and you want to be a winner, please drop a comment below letting me know that this video was either helpful to you or a complete waste of your time, and I will work on doing more or less of these videos in the future based on your answers. And yeah, so thank you for watching, and I hope everybody's having a magnificent week. I'm definitely going to go and set myself up to have a great rest of the week. It's only Tuesday today. There's plenty of time. There's plenty of work to be done, plenty of fun to be had, and there's plenty of wins to be had. So yeah, cheers. I will speak to you lot soon.